A San Francisco tenant rights coalition released a report today that shows the impacts of a California law that limits rent control throughout the state. The Anti-Displacement Coalition authored the report called The Cost of Costa Hawkins. Under Costa Hawkins, single-family homes can't have rent control. Only buildings built before 1995 or earlier can have rent control, and landlords can raise rents when a tenant moves out. The last part, called vacancy decontrol, means that many long-term tenants are paying a lower rent than what new tenants would be asked to pay. So these long-term tenants are being forced to leave their homes.
Costa Hawkins makes me, my son, my roommate, candidates for eviction and harassment. This law protects investors' interests, not tenants.
Faye Soledad is a tenant of a building owned by the biggest private landlord company in San Francisco, Veritas. You can tell the buildings they own by these Rent SF signs. Advocates say that corporations are taking advantage of the loopholes enabled by Costa Hawkins.
When they take out loans on these buildings, they say they will evict the majority of the tenants, and that's the only way they can pay their mortgage. That is their business model. These are speculators, and we see speculators eating up San Francisco. They're eating up the entire state, and we're saying no more.
Without rent control, tenants are seeing huge rent increases, like Cindy Salazar, who lives in a single-family home. Hers was among the stories highlighted in the report. She was asked to pay an increase of $1,200 a month, then the following year, another $1,500 a month.
Costa Hawkins causa el desalojo de familias por parte de incrementar las rentas a un nivel que uno no puede pagar. Nosotros no podemos pagar el aumento de renta en octubre y tenemos temor de ser desalojadas y quedar en la calle, especialmente con una bebé recién nacida y mi madre discapacitada. Eso es inhumano.
A measure is on the ballot for this November election in California to repeal Costa Hawkins. Proposition 10 will also enable cities to pass real rent control. In response, a statement by the No on Prop 10 campaign, which is a project of the California Apartment Association, says that Prop 10 will hurt the very people it falsely claims it will help and will worsen the affordability crisis. The author of the Cost of Costa Hawkins report says that other factors, not rent control, are causing housing prices to skyrocket.
Corporate greed is causing our affordability crisis. Unchecked, the limitations on rent control, loopholes in rent control, are causing our affordability crisis, and a lack of commitment to housing as a human right is causing our affordability crisis.
In San Francisco, average market rent for a two-bedroom apartment is $4,600 a month, which is unaffordable for working class and middle-income people.
And so when we talk about building market rate housing, when we talk about raising rents to market rate, we're talking about raising rents to what the richest people in the city can afford.
The report says that rent control units are the largest potential source of affordable housing in San Francisco. The approximately 173,000 rent control units in the city are triple the number of affordable or price-restricted housing units. It's available at bit.ly/Costa Hawkins report. The rally was part of a statewide day of action for the Yes on Prop 10 Repeal Costa Hawkins campaign.
This is Diane Ruiz for People Power Media.